Signing a new contract should be one of the happiest moments in a footballer's career, but sometimes things go horribly wrong. We're talking about contracts terminated in hours, days, or weeks. Today, we're counting down the fastest contract terminations in football history. These are stories of scandals, disasters, and absolute chaos. Let's get into it. Adrian Mutu, Chelsea. Immediate termination, 2004. Let's start with Adrian Mutu at Chelsea. In August 2003, Chelsea paid Parma £15.8 million to sign the Romanian striker. Mutu was brilliant at Parma, scoring goals and looking like one of Europe's most exciting attackers. Chelsea fans were buzzing. Roman Abramovich was building a superstar team, and Mutu was supposed to be a key part of it. But Mutu's time at Chelsea was a disaster from the start. He struggled to adapt to the Premier League, his form was inconsistent, and his attitude was questionable. Then in September 2004, everything fell apart. Mutu failed a drug test. He tested positive for cocaine. Chelsea acted immediately. They terminated his contract for gross misconduct. No negotiation, no second chances. Mutu was out. The club also banned him from entering their training ground. He was finished at Chelsea. But it didn't end there. Chelsea sued Mutu for £15.8 million in damages, arguing that his drug use breached his contract and cost them money. The case went to court and Chelsea won. Mutu was ordered to pay the club €17 million. He fought the decision for years, but eventually the ruling stood. Mutu went on to play for Juventus, Fiorentina and other clubs, but his reputation was destroyed. His contract at Chelsea was terminated immediately after the positive test, making it one of the fastest and most dramatic terminations in football history. Kurt Zouma, CFR Cluj, 3 months, 4 games, 2025. Next up is Kurt Zouma at CFR Cluj. This one is fresh. It happened in 2025. Zouma was once a solid Premier League defender. He played for Chelsea and West Ham, winning trophies and earning big money. But his career took a dark turn in 2022 when a video surfaced of him abusing his pet cat. The backlash was massive. Animal rights groups like PETA condemned him. West Ham fined him £250,000 and his reputation was in tatters. Fast forward to September 2025. CFR Cluj, a Romanian club, decided to take a chance on Zouma. They signed him to a 2-year contract. The president at the time, Cristi Balaj, defended the signing, saying Zouma deserved a second chance, but fans were furious. PETA protested. The media criticized the move. It was controversial from day one. And on the pitch, Zouma was a disaster. He played just 4 games and managed only 197 minutes of football. In one match against Dinamo Bucharest, Zouma came on as a substitute, and CFR Cluj conceded in stoppage time to lose the game. Fans blamed him. Off the pitch, things were even worse. Zouma was the highest paid player at the club, earning more than the entire team combined. Meanwhile, his teammates hadn't been paid for 3 months because the club was in financial trouble. That created massive tension in the locker room. Reports also said Zouma could barely walk due to knee injuries from his Premier League days. Then, in November 2025, the club's president resigned and a new president, Iuliu Mureșan, took over. Mureșan wanted to cut costs and get rid of big money signings. Zouma was the first to go. In December 2025, just 3 months after signing, Zouma's contract was terminated. He played 4 games, earned a fortune, and left in disgrace. It's one of the fastest and most embarrassing exits in recent football history. Marcos Rojo, Estudiantes, 3 weeks, 2020. Marcos Rojo's story is a perfect example of how off-field behavior can destroy a career. In January 2020, Rojo joined Estudiantes on loan from Manchester United. He was returning to Argentina, where he started his career, and fans were excited. Rojo was an Argentina international, a World Cup player, and a tough defender. Estudiantes expected him to be a leader, but just weeks after signing, Argentina went into a strict COVID-19 lockdown. The government imposed rules banning gatherings and parties. People were told to stay home. Football was suspended. Everyone was supposed to follow the rules. Rojo didn't care. Reports emerged that he attended an illegal poker party during lockdown. The party was held at a private residence, and several people were there, breaking all the COVID rules. When the news broke, Estudiantes were furious. The club suspended Rojo indefinitely. Fans turned on him. The media destroyed him. Estudiantes had no choice but to terminate his loan contract. After just 3 to 4 weeks, Rojo was sent back to Manchester United in disgrace. He never played a single official match for Estudiantes. His contract was terminated because he couldn't follow basic rules during a global pandemic. It was one of the dumbest and fastest contract terminations in football history. Nicolas Anelka, West Brom, mutual termination, 2015. Nicolas Anelka was one of the most talented strikers of his generation. He played for Arsenal, Real Madrid, Chelsea and Manchester City, winning trophies everywhere, but his career ended in controversy at West Bromwich Albion. Anelka joined West Brom in July 2013. At first, things were fine, but on December 28, 2013, during a match against West Ham, Anelka scored a goal and celebrated by performing a gesture called the quenelle. The gesture involves extending one arm downward while touching the shoulder with the opposite hand. In France, the quenelle is associated with anti-Semitism. It was created by controversial comedian Dieudonné, and many people view it as deeply offensive. The reaction was immediate. Jewish groups and anti-racism organizations condemned Anelka. The Football Association launched an investigation. Sponsors threatened to pull out. West Brom tried to distance themselves from the controversy, saying they didn't condone the gesture. In February 2014, the FA found Anelka guilty of making an offensive gesture. He was banned for 5 matches and fined £80,000. Anelka refused to accept the punishment. He said the gesture wasn't anti-Semitic and that people misunderstood it. He even threatened to quit football. West Brom had enough. The club couldn't deal with the media circus anymore. In March 2015, Anelka and West Brom mutually agreed to terminate his contract. He barely played after the incident, and his career in England was over. One stupid gesture ended everything. Anelka never played professional football again. Adam Johnson, Sunderland, 1 day, 2016. Adam Johnson's story is one of the darkest in football history. Johnson was a talented winger who played for Manchester City and Sunderland. He won the Premier League with City and was an England international. He had everything going for him. But in 2015, Johnson was arrested and charged with sexual activity with a 15-year-old girl. The accusations were shocking. Johnson denied the charges at first, and Sunderland continued to play him while the case went through the courts. That decision was heavily criticised. Many people thought Sunderland should have suspended him immediately. Then, on February 10, 2016, Johnson changed his plea. He admitted in court that he was guilty of grooming and sexual activity with a minor. The admission shocked everyone. It was a moment that changed everything. The very next day, February 11, 2016, Sunderland terminated Johnson's contract. They had no choice. He had admitted to a serious crime. The club released a statement saying they were terminating his contract with immediate effect. Johnson's career was over. In March 2016, Johnson was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He served half of that sentence and was released in 2019. His football career never recovered. He's now considered one of the biggest disgraces in English football history. His contract was terminated just 1 day after his guilty plea, making it one of the fastest terminations ever. Sergi Guardiola, Barcelona, 1 hour, 2015. And now, the fastest contract termination in football history. Sergi Guardiola and Barcelona, 1 hour. That's all it took for everything to fall apart. On December 28, 2015, Barcelona announced they had signed Sergi Guardiola from Alcorcón. Guardiola was joining Barcelona B, the club's reserve team. He was a promising young striker, and Barcelona fans were cautiously optimistic. The signing was official. Guardiola was a Barcelona player. But within 1 hour of the announcement, disaster struck. Someone discovered old tweets on Guardiola's social media account. The tweets were incredibly offensive. They insulted Barcelona. They mocked Catalonia. They contained disrespectful comments about the club and its history. The tweets were from years earlier, but they were still there. Barcelona's social media team saw the tweets. So did the fans. The backlash was instant. How could Barcelona sign a player who had openly insulted the club? Catalans take their identity and their football club very seriously. These tweets were unforgivable. Barcelona acted immediately. Within 1 hour of announcing the signing, they terminated Guardiola's contract. 1 hour. That's faster than most people's lunch break. Barcelona released a statement saying the tweets were incompatible with the club's values. Guardiola was out before he even had a chance to train with the team. Guardiola later apologized, saying the tweets were from when he was young and immature, but it didn't matter. His Barcelona dream was over in 60 minutes. He went on to play for other clubs in Spain, but he'll always be remembered as the player who got sacked in 1 hour. It's the fastest contract termination in football history, and it's a record that will probably never be broken. So there you have it, 7 of the fastest contract terminations in football history. From 1 hour to 3 months, these players learned the hard way that contracts mean nothing if you mess up. Which story shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Hello YouTube family, Merry Christmas and a huge Happy New Year to all of you. With the 2026 World Cup on the way, the energy in the football world is already building, and we are thrilled to be sharing it with this amazing community. To celebrate, we have lined up some holiday surprises in the Goal 90 shop. A bunch of your favorite jerseys are already up to 50% off. Shipping is on us, and because you are part of our YouTube fam, you can grab an extra 10% off with the code YouTubeFam. Thanks for all the love and support. 2026 is going to be massive. Let's enjoy every moment together.